Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we are going to start with a salute to the flag. All right, thank you.
That was hard.
So welcome. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. We'll start with the approval of minutes. Unanimous consent if from Tuesday, January 17th, and also from Tuesday, February 14th. Anyone have any questions? So we'll just do that as a unanimous consent and approval. Next on the agenda, we have two presentations. The first one is Kids at Risk, the Bridge, and is Cindy Jones here? Hi. I'll just ask you to go up to the mic in the back so that people that are live streaming can hear as well. Make sure the mic is turned on.
Let's try this again. That sounds better. My name is Cindy Jones, and I am the coordinator for Kids at Risk, which is one of the ministries of the Bridge. And we, again, this year in connection with the sleep out, we did a school district challenge where Athens, Sayre, Waverly, and the Epiphany School were all challenged to collect socks. And together we collected nearly 4,600 pair of socks. And the Athens Area School District was the highest contributor of those socks with nearly half that number. So we are very thankful for all of your contributions. And you might think that you could never need 4,600 pair of socks for our school districts in a year. And no, we don't go through that many socks in one year, but over a few years, we will use them. And in the meantime, whenever I get calls from schools, you know, the secretaries or the nurses asking for coats or shoes or socks or pants, we can be bringing those to your students as you need them, and we don't need to buy socks thanks to your kind contributions. So I'd like to thank you very much and look forward to doing it again next year, and wishing you good luck in our next challenge next year. So come on up, Mr. Stage. Yeah.
I'm not as modest as Mrs. Jones. This is our second time winning this challenge. So we are the reigning champions now. So thank you. Thank you. And thank Mrs. Jones. All she does, the Kids at Risk, the Bridge, she keeps us in the loop, and she provides so many things for our school district and all the local school districts. So we sincerely thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, next on the agenda will be Harlan Row Middle School Music Showcase. And I will ask Mr. Panic to take it from here.
Hi, good evening. Thank you. I'd like to thank, first of all, Mr. Schmeg for inviting us to come and perform, and the Athens School Board for your continued support of our program, and the parents who very graciously brought their children here tonight. Thank you very much. We're going to perform for you. This is a select group of band students. We're going to perform Celtic Air and Dance.
Mr. Panic. Mr. Panic,
Yes, sir.
wonderful job. Could you do us a favor?
Yes.
We really want to know who the kiddos are. Could you have them introduce themselves for us tonight?
Yes, Dean, why don't you start us off?
You can just grade, like your name, your grade.
Hold on a second, Dean, I'll get the microphone.
There you go. Big time.
I'm Dean Salta and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Eliana Moser and I'm in seventh grade. I'm Maya Smith and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Kylie Hine and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Caitlin Leonard and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Thomas White and I'm in seventh grade.
I'm Holden McKeever and I'm in eighth grade.
I'm Hayden Bartlow and I'm in eighth grade.
Zachary Fisher and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Alex Arcisi and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Abram Steinfeld and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Judah Dace and I'm in seventh grade. I'm Jess Oldroyd and I'm in eighth grade. My name's Aiden Peterson and I'm in eighth grade.
Crystal and I'm in seventh grade.
I'm Norman McBride. I'm in seventh grade.
I'm Gianna Mayo and I'm in seventh grade.
Yes, that's everybody. Good.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you, parents, for bringing them.
Yes.
It was a great
Do have one more
presentation.
performance, and that's Miss Miller's choir.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
Miss Miller?
I think I didn't ever do this before. But thank you for allowing us to be here, and thank you, Mr. Schmeck, for inviting us. This is, again, a select group of chorus members, and tonight we're going to do a song called Under Winter Moon by Andy Beck. And just a little highlight, in May, some of our students will have the chance to work with Mr. Beck, this composer, as they travel to the PMEA District 8 Middle School Chorus Fest. So he is a Pennsylvania person and is a really neat guy, and I'm really looking forward to the kids being able to see him. Again, Under Winter Moon. And I'm assuming you want me to do the,
Yes, please.
I am Shine Uncom. I'm Shine Uncom and I'm in sixth grade.
I'm Madison Kipp and I'm in eighth grade. I'm Abby Wagner and I'm in eighth grade.
I'm Holden McKeever and I'm in eighth grade.
I'm Dean Stalta and I'm in eighth grade.
I'm Keegan Freeman. I'm in eighth grade.
I'm Jackson Chino and I'm in sixth grade.
I am Marilyn Brundage and I'm in sixth grade.
I'm Jordan Latimer and I'm in sixth grade.
again, thank you very much for allowing us to perform for you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. Okay, we're gonna take a short, hopefully short, we need to break for executive session for legal purposes. We'll be back.
Check 1, 2.
Thank you, Clint. See you tomorrow, Christine. Stop by. Okay. Thank you for those that waited. Next, we will move on to committee reports, extracurricular activities. Mr. Rude?
We just met tonight. We heard about the baseball program's trip to Pittsburgh. They're going to be playing Titusville on April 15th, 7 p.m. game at PNC Park. It's a being paid by the Booster Club, no cost to the school. So that should be fun for the kids to be playing at Pirate Stadium. The after-school rec program, last 6-week session went great. There was about 60 kids at Lynch and about 30 at SRU that participated. The strength and conditioning program with Pivot is going well. They had a regular set of kids in there each during the off-season kids. Plus, I know that the in-season, at least the girls wrestling, I know used it also during their practices. The summer rec is beginning on June 19th. We've had several students email and that are interested in being counselors. We heard about the powerlifting club that is on tonight's agenda. Again, that'll be no cost to the district. The gentleman that volunteered to do it has all his clearances, and it's going to be a year-round program. And they're going to use the different weightlifting area that Pivot doesn't, so it won't interfere with Pivot. The winter sports are into the district play, and spring sports will start March 6th. That concludes my report.
Do you have any update on the school play or musical? Is there one happening this year?
Yes. Yeah. That'll be, I think the date might change. Right now, it's currently the first week of May. I think that's gonna change because of some conflict. But it is SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical. I had to think for a second.
Very good.
Any other questions for extracurricular? Okay, moving on to superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mrs. Minnick. Real quick, I would offer a moment of silence for Mrs. Woodward, Troy teacher and community member that lost her life this past week in a tragic car accident. Thank you. I also would like to share along that line the incredible collaboration and support that we have among all the faculty and staff here. The district conducted a dress down day last Thursday, and we received donations and commitments from the AAESPA and the AAEA unions to partner in providing lunch for all faculty and staff in the Troy area school district, and also ice cream to all the students in the Troy area school district, which was very wonderful to see that happen. And a special thank you to Ms. Shores and her staff who volunteered their time today to go over and actually serve ice cream in all the buildings. It was just a wonderful opportunity to give back to a neighboring school district. So thank you to all of them. Mr. Rude mentioned that our winter sports team are entering districts. We wish them the best of luck. Wrestlers already started with sectionals, and we have a lot of things going on. I also encourage people to take in Scholarship Challenge this Saturday as the Athens Black teams competes. That is at the Sayre Theater on Saturday at 10 a.m. If you can't make it in person, feel free to watch that online. Choice 102's Facebook page, or listen on the radio on Choice 102. Also, this weekend, our very first Odyssey of the Mind team, organized by 5th grade teacher Mrs. Erica Greer, is going to North Pocono West for their very first competition, and we wish them the best of luck. I think there's a lot of other great things going on, but I'm going to save them for another time. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the solicitor's report. Mr. Barrett?
Good evening. I have several, or at least 2 items I want to talk to you about. One is a student discipline matter. which we have come to an agreement between the administration and the student involved, on the student and his family. And I would like to amend the agenda to enter into that adjudication this evening, based on the fact that this is a confidential matter anyway. The student will be referred to as 2223 number 10, based on his FERPA rights. And number 2, the fact that the student is currently excluded from school, and based on this settlement, we would like to get his education started as soon as possible. Therefore, I would ask the board someone to make a motion to amend the agenda for a student suspension disposition.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, Christine, go ahead.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
and Mrs. Minnick.
Yes.
Based on the board agreeing to amend the agenda, I will just read the adjudication. Based on an agreement between the student's parent, the student, and the administration, the board renders the following decision. The student 2223-10 is expelled from the Athens area school district. 2, until further written notice, he will not attend or be allowed on any Athens school district property. 3, the student will be allowed to enroll in the district cyber school. This enrollment must take place either by phone or by computer, but he is not allowed to attend or be on the high school or any other property in the district. Adjudication must be approved by the board, and the student and his parent are notified they have 30 days from the receipt of notice of this appeal to appeal this with the Court of Common Pleas in Bradford County based on a local agency appeal. If that is your wish, I would suggest a motion to adopt that adjudication.
Do I have a motion to adopt the adjudication?
So moved. Second.
We need a roll call on that as well.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Christine.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Mrs. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen.
Yes.
I have one other matter, which is very similar to the other one. We have the Thomas property in East Smithfield, which the district took last year by eminent domain. The property is what we refer to as in serious disrepair. We have had several complaints from the community regarding refuge being scattered around by the wind, etc. We have solicited several bids to be able to clean up this property. And based on the fact that this is a somewhat dangerous situation, that's why we condemned the property or took the property by eminent domain, as it's only 15 feet from our playground. I would ask the board to amend the agenda to award a quote for this cleanup and the demolition of the property.
Do I have a motion to amend the agenda for this discussion?
Make the motion.
Second.
Dean, when you're ready?
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Miss Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
and Mr. Rude.
Yes.
We have secured several quotes on this as it's under the quote I want to give you is less than required for bidding. We've had several quotes that were over that, some of them even twice as much as this one. This bid was submitted by Rick Simons in partnership with Scott Schmeck. It states that S&A Construction and Excavation, which is their company, will demolish the building, haul all the debris to a certified landfill, clean up the trash outside the building and haul it away, backfill the lot and grade to level, seed and mulch. And they will do that for a fee of $20,000. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Superintendent, but I believe that's a recommendation of the administration.
Anything that cleans up that property is our recommendation.
And the sooner the better.
That is also very correct.
So do I have a motion? Is that what I'm looking for?
So moved. Second.
Christine, when you're ready?
Miss Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
and Mrs. Smart.
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to visitor comments on board action items only. Please give your name, the township or borough where you represent, the organization which you represent, and the subject matter. It is requested that comments be kept to 3 minutes. Comments relative to private student or employee matters should be directed to the superintendent outside of the meeting. We'll set the timer for 3. When you have a minute left, we'll make you aware of 1 minute left. Are there any visitor comments? Okay, moving on. Next is financial business. Is there a visitor comment? Oh, okay. Okay, financial business. So all the financials, I think we can do A through K. This is the listing of bills, general fund checks, cafeteria bills, the earned income tax report, secretary treasurer report, Harlan Row Middle School activity, high school activity, last proposed budget, last general operations budget, NTC preliminary budget, and the NTC budget resolution. Is there a motion to bring this to the table?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Aren't we just bringing it up for discussion? Right?
Bring the whole thing. Okay, I'll make a motion
To bring it to,
to bring it to discussion.
and I would like H and I voted on separately. We can do H and I together. I just don't want them with. So financial business, A through G and JK. All right,
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick, Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
and Ms. Braun.
Yes.
H and I, we'll be voting on under the financials, H and I. H is the Blast IU proposed general operations budget, and I is the general operations budget resolution from Blast. Christine, when you're ready.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
No.
Mr. Owen,
No.
Mr. Rude,
No.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
and Mr. Frisbee.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to personnel items.
What was that tally on the last vote? 4-3. 4-3.
4-3. 4 yes, 3 no.
I guess I have a fundamental question. If you voted no and we passed a no vote on that, what happens?
I know the answer to that. So, all 19 school districts tally their votes. So it takes 19 times 9 votes, and then, the noes are counted.
Okay.
So the majority rules.
I'm looking to go with Ben. There were 4 on that vote.
Understandable
I had to ask.
and appreciated.
I know the frustration.
Maybe this might get some attention. Okay, number 9, personnel items. So review in your, there is a updated personnel list. There's a couple of positions that were filled since last week that have been added. So we'll need a motion to bring the personnel items to the table.
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. So again, there's just a couple of name additions. The spots were there last week, but we've actually filled in the names now. So we have the support retirement, we have support resignation, professional temporary contract, 90 days. We have 4 support contracts. We have a non-bargaining contract. 4 supplemental contracts that are grant funded. The 22-23 athletic contracts, and they are for the track, varsity, and assistant coaches for varsity and junior high. And then we have a list of the athletic volunteers for our spring sports. Are there any questions or concerns or discussion? All right, I'll vote when you're ready, Christine.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
and Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Okay, we'll now move on to contracts and agreements. Under the contracts and agreements, we're looking at the amendment to the superintendent contract for 2/21/23 through 2/19/24. And then letter B is the superintendent contract renewal, which will begin February 20th, 2024 through February 19th, 2029. Do I have a motion to bring that to the table?
So moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion, questions, concerns? I would just like to say I'm grateful that Mr. Stage is staying on until 2029. I think we've come a long way. I think the district is very strong and it's under his leadership. So that's my comment. And so Christine, when you're ready.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
and Mrs. Minnick.
Yes.
Just a moment. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. I've been here since 2013, And some people say, you know, Mr. Sage, you don't necessarily live in the district. But I've always said it's really not where you lay your head, it's where you lay your heart. This district means a great deal to me. I want to thank you all for making it feel like home over these last 9 years. I look forward to the work we have yet to do, and I'm incredibly grateful and proud to be a part of what we do every day. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Policies. Oh, boy, okay. There's quite a few here that are second reads, and they are letters A through J. And then we have the first reads of H through, where are we at? Double F. Right?
K through.
Oh, those, okay. So H through Z, and then double A through double F have been moved just to double D. Okay, so A through double A, double D moved to committee review. Double E and double F are first reads. Do I have a motion to bring this to the table to discuss?
So moved.
Second.
So I'm grateful to Christine who's put all these policies together for us to review. We are painstakingly reviewing them to bring them up to date and making sure that they are being reviewed and updated as needed. So we'll go ahead and vote on these policies. Any questions, concerns? Oh, okay. So we are voting on A through, what are we doing? All the way through double F. Christine, when you're ready.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
and Mr. Owen.
Yes.
Okay, curriculum and instruction. We are looking at FBL Leadership Conference Overnight Trip Request, Saturday Detention Program, addition of the high school powerlifting club, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new high school courses. Would you have a motion to bring this to the table?
So moved. Second.
Any questions, comments, concerns on any of those A through J?
Just have a general comment. I'm really excited by this opportunity to bring, new courses to our curriculum. And so just really grateful that we're able to do that. And thank you to the team for helping, bring these to our attention.
And I'm very excited because it's not really going to cost us a salary, like a teacher salary. I mean, these are some great courses and the kids will definitely benefit from them. Any other comments? Good?
Yep.
All right, Christine, when you're ready.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
and Mr. Rude.
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt every time you guys vote, but Mr. Hallslander's here tonight. He's going to be operating the powerlifting club, and I just wanted to thank him for being here tonight and bringing this in, and can't wait to see what you do with our students. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm not spotting you ever, just so you know. Again, yeah.
And those announcements for that powerlifting club, that's going to be through the summer as well. Correct? Yeah. So that's exciting for the kids. And Mr. Clark said that he would make sure that the announcements are out for the kids to.
Again, I'm just so excited and happy by the amount of programs, educational opportunities, extracurricular opportunities that we are continuing to offer the kids in this district. So thank you to everyone here who's making that possible tonight, because it's really, exciting for our district.
It is. All right. Thank you. Next will be transportation items. We have an updated drivers list. Looks like the Dom Transport has a couple new drivers as well as Leonard Busing. Do I have a motion to bring this to the table?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, concerns, comments? Christine, when you're ready.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones, Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
and Mrs. Smart.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Moving on to buildings and grounds, there was an addition. This was decided last week and we added it to the agenda today. So this is the request to advertise and sell Catmobile 1. High mileage and needs some expensive repairs. The sale would be for the highest price paid through the sealed bid process and will be sold as is. Do I have a motion to bring this to the table to discuss?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, concerns, or comments? All right, Christine, when you're ready.
Mr. Frisbee,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
and Ms. Braun.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Next will be the Athens Area School District Health and Safety Plan. Reviewed it last week, made some recommendations, and do I have a motion to bring this to the table to discuss?
So moved.
Second. Mrs. Minnick, there is one omission on the version. Under letter A, the board decided to remove face coverings are recommended and encouraged, but are a personal choice. I have it noted in my revision, but somehow it still stayed in. So you guys can approve it and I will make that revision before you sign it. Or the board president signs it. My apologies. Mr. Owen, I'm going to show you. It's right here. I believe you. Dang it.
It's marked from last week in here as well, so it's all the other, everything else was transferred over, so that's good. Any questions, concerns? All right, Christine, when you're ready.
Mr.
Wait,
Jones,
this is gonna be for 6 months, correct?
That's correct. We'll have to do this again 6 months from now. Set your timers.
Okay, sorry, Christine.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mrs. Minnick,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Rude,
Yes.
Mrs. Smart,
Yes.
Ms. Braun,
Yes.
and Mr. Frisbee.
Yes.
Okay. And that brings us to visitor comments. Please give your name, the township or borough you represent, the organization which you represent, and the subject matter. It is requested that comments be kept to 3 minutes. Comments relative to private student or employee matters should be directed to the superintendent outside of the meeting. The timer will be set for 3 minutes and you'll be given a 1 minute, 1 minute left notice. Any visitor comments? Hi, everyone.
Deb Buck.
Turn the microphone on so live streamers can hear as well. Is it on? Okay,
I'll talk louder.
that's better.
This is good. Deb Buck, Roosevelt Street, Athens. I actually have 3 questions. The first one is, how's the sub at the high school? Are they short on subs on a daily basis?
My general consensus is we're short on subs in
Everywhere?
most buildings on a daily basis.
My concern is music class.
Okay.
It seems, Jen is in reflections and chorus. And it seems Like she gets a lot of study halls. Because when they don't have someone to cover, they just stick them in with another study hall.
Okay.
But they're not allowed to talk about or cover any of the music because the kids that are in that class can, do their own drills, practice their own songs that they're aware of, but they're not allowed to. So I'm wondering if somehow that can change.
Yeah, I will talk to Mr. Clark and Mr. Gabriel and see if there's some way we can make some changes so that can still happen. Yeah.
Okay,
It's tough because I think sometimes it's hard to find a sub for music.
Right.
Right? Not everybody wants a sub in music and therefore they do
Right.
probably get shuffled too.
and the
so,
sub doesn't need to know music. The kids
No,
can run their own drills,
sure.
but now they're just sent to a study hall and they don't do any music. So they're
Yeah.
missing out on music time.
Yeah, I'll gladly bring that up.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay, my next one is, if I have an issue with the lunch, should I go to Mr. Clark first, the nutrition guy, or?
Yeah,
You-
I would start your conversation with Mr. Chandler,
Okay,
food service director. His office is in the high school.
okay,
And so he'd be glad to meet with you.
okay.
What's the problem with it?
Yeah, is it? the
I'm just
quality?
curious now.
Curious.
You don't like it,
Quality Or,
it's lumpy.
There's, well, I'm not hearing it just for my kids. Being part of ski club, I hear them talking too, but mainly my kids. Jenna's in lunch C, which is the last lunch. And when she gets there, they have so many cold subs and salads and they're gone. So they
Okay.
don't hold any back for those kids that are in lunch C.
Yeah,
And they've told me that they've been served expired milk, stuff that are in bags that pre-processed that are expired. So I don't know if it's true. This is my kids telling me,
sure.
you know,
I do think Mr. Chandler can answer those questions on the expiration dates. And I do think it's a very valid discussion to making sure that there are enough options available during the last lunch of the day.
right.
Yeah. I would
told him-
encourage you to start there.
I told them to start a protest and have all the kids sign it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I said peaceful, mostly peaceful,
I
right?
think that's a fantastic idea.
Gotta learn the process.
Yeah.
My last question is the new course that's being offered, and I agree with you on some of those new courses are nice. The modern band and the music technology, who would be teaching that? The music teacher? Or is there someone else that's gonna step
If
up?
Mr. Clark was here, he'd probably answer. My educated guess is probably Mr. Wagaman.
Okay,
Oh, yeah. So I was right.
first time for everything.
Well, could you, it's noted on the record because we saved the video. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank
Buck.
you. Any other visitor comments at this time? All right. Moving on to board communications or information items. We have a list of personnel transfers. We have the Athens Area School District enrollment 22-23. And also the Athens Area School District enrollment by the month for February 2023. Any board discussion items at this time? All right, future meetings, work session on Tuesday, March 14th, and this will be at the Northern Tier Career Center at 7 p.m. This gives us as a board an opportunity to go down to the Northern Tier Career Center and have a tour and see what great stuff they're doing down there. And then we have a regular session on Tuesday, March 21st, and that will be held at the Lynch Buston Elementary School at 7 p.m. We do not need an executive session, so I need a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All right, thank you.